Tonight, the Washington Post reports the White House has already drafted documents revoking the security clearances of more current and former officials whom President Trump has demanded be punished for criticizing him or playing a role in the Russia investigation. That comes on a night when the debate over security clearances got even more bitter and heated. Leaving Washington for another New York State fundraiser, President Trump got a few things off his chest this Friday, airing old grievances over the Russia probe and defending his new actions to revoke former CIA Director John Brennan's security clearance. He denied suggestions he was trying to silence his critics.
There's no silence. If anything, I'm giving him a bigger voice. Many people don't even know who he is, and now he has a bigger voice, and that's okay with me because I like taking on voices like that.
Speaking about his decision for the first time, the president insisted he was getting high praise for his move to retaliate on Brennan and review the security credentials of 9 others.
I've gotten tremendous response from having done that because security clearances are very important to me. Very, very important.
But that overlooked one key fact, that some of the nation's most decorated intelligence officers serving in Republican and Democratic administrations admonished the president in a joint statement, saying the president's action regarding John Brennan and the threats of similar action against other former officials have nothing to do with who should and who should not hold security clearances, and everything to do with an attempt to stifle free speech. Decisions on security clearances should be based on national security concerns and not political views. CBS News contributor Michael Morrell, a former CIA acting director, was one of the signees.
The use of a national security tool for political purposes is inappropriate, unprecedented, and dangerous in a democracy.
In fact, tonight, 60 former CIA officials joined the protest, declaring that former government officials have every right to express their views on national security issues without fear of being punished. The president said he's poised to strip more security clearances in the coming days. The president also pretty much closed the door to a notion that he might sit down for an interview with special counsel Robert Mueller about the Russia investigation.
Let him write his report. We did nothing. There's no collusion. But if he was doing an honest report, he'd write it on the other side.
Now, we mentioned the Washington Post report that the White House has already drafted documents to revoke more security clearances. The report quotes a senior White House official who said President Trump wants to revoke security clearances for most, if not all, the people on the review list.